What should your newsletter contain? So, this is an interesting question that a lot of people, you know, um, right? I can see that in Google as well. And so, if you want people to actually read your newsletter and not just skim it, right, then you've got to include the right the right stuff, right? So here's what I've learned makes a newsletter worth opening every single time from me writing my own newsletters about newsletters and just driving to other newsletters as well, a lot of email newsletters. And one of the first things is a clear purpose. So, what do I mean by that? So, every newsletter should have one goal, right? So, many people add just too many things to it, right? Like they just, you know, so it should just have one clear goal of what you're trying to do in your email newsletter, right? Are you trying to teach something, sell something, entertain something in every email, right? Like if you're doing all those three, then you're just going to confuse the reader, right? But if you do one thing, like you're only going to teach something to the reader that day, or you only want to sell something that to the reader, then that's something way better to do than having to do like, let's say, teach something, sell something, and entertain all in one email newsletter, right? So if you don't know what the goal is, right, your reader won't either, right? Super important, right? They'll be more confused than you are. And so before you hit send, just ask yourself, what do I want them to get from this? Right? Super simple, easy, right? Do you want them to learn something? Do you want them to buy something? Do you want them to laugh? All right. Do you want them to take some other action, right? That's something that you want to figure out before you send that email. Number two, a personal touch, right? So people subscribe, right, because they want to hear from you. That's why a lot of people subscribe to email newsletter, right? That's one of the main reasons why I subscribe to other a few email newsletters, right? They want to hear about your stories, your insights, your personality, right? What you have to offer, what you have learned in your career or trying things, right? They want to know more about you, right? Even if it's just a quick one-liner at the top of something personal, helps your email stand out from 99 others in their inbox. Okay. So what I did in like my newsletter about newsletters, right? I'll have like a comment, a funny comment, like at the start, right? Just to make it like a little bit fun, human, right? Just like a little personal note to welcome the reader, and thanking them to like for opening the newsletter on Saturdays, right? Because with AI content flooding the internet, right? People want to hear from you more than ever, right? Like there's so much AI to generate content now on like X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, right? So that's why people just want to have something small, even like here one liner goes a long way. Number three, one strong idea. So it's almost like their purpose, I guess. But yeah, one strong idea, right? So don't add five random topics into one email. Right? A lot of people like they add like so many things into the email newsletter, right? They want to just cram them so many information into one newsletter, right? But you want to stick to one clear takeaway or theme per send, right? It's easier to read, easier to remember, and way more shareable as well. And also, you can always send another email with the other ideas, right? You don't have to add all the five ideas, right? Five random topics, right, into one email. You can generate, like, what you could do instead is just like, since you have five random topics, right, into one email set, just pull out four, and then you have four emails for the next 4 weeks, right? That you don't have to worry about. You could just write them there, right? People are not going to like go crazy, right? And you could just like, you don't have to worry about scheduling or creating other newsletters since you already have four extra ideas ready to use. Number four, a call to action, right? So always tell your readers what to do next, right? Do you want them to click some links? Do you want them to click this? Do you want them to reply to you, right? Always tell your readers what to do next, right? That could be, again, replying to your email, checking out a link, buying a product, or following you somewhere else, right? Watching a YouTube video as well, right? Leaving a review, right? All those things are extra things that you can tell the reader to do. Right? If you don't ask, they won't act, right? For example, I tell you to start a newsletter with Beehive, right? So yeah, if you want to start a newsletter, right, click the link in the description below, right? That's a simple call to action that I have for you right now on YouTube. And And then number five is consistent design and tone. So your newsletter should feel like you every time it lands in someone's inbox, right? Same tone, same vibe, same format, right? Like, of course, at the start, like maybe your first 10 issues, you're trying to figure out the design and everything, which is okay, right? After 10 newsletters, you should figure out like a design that you want to go with, right? And a template, right? And that will just make it easy, not just for you to write the content, right? Because like you'll be able to know what to include in every single newsletter, but your readers will know what to expect in every newsletter, right? They'll be able to like maybe at the top it'll be like curated content that you found, and at the bottom it's just like a personal piece that you wrote, and then at the bottom it could be like like fun fact or something, right? Just small things like that. And so yeah, it just builds trust over time, and readers will start recognizing your emails even without seeing your name as well, right? Like they'll just recognize already. Okay, so this is like your name newsletter, right? And then, so yeah, that's all you need to include in your newsletter actually when you're first starting out a newsletter, either on Beehive or on Kit, right? Again, you want to have a clear purpose, a personal touch, one strong idea, right? Don't like add too many things into one email, right? A call to action, what you want your readers to take action, and consistent design and tone. Right now, if you have any questions about newsletters, you could just book a free 15-minute call with me. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. All right, peace.